Getting some stones ready here. I want to talk a little bit about sharpening and a couple of different styles of setup for your adze blade. There you go. This is our shop. We have no windows and our walls aren't quite finished, but that's because we had to get started on the next project and get it done. But someday it'll get done. Winter's coming, so that's gonna be cold. But okay, so we're gonna take. I want to show you two different styles of adze. The first one, I've got the back quite a bit backed off here. Do that on my own, of course, with a grinder and then sharpening it up. And there's a reason for that. When you take your Chouna out, you want to hit the neck with a wooden mallet, preferably in the same direction as the blade, so that you don't hurt your neck too much. And so this is the one style. The other style, which is the most typical of these vintage Chouna, is when the back is not quite backed off. And the back's a little bit shorter, for lack of a better way of putting it. You know, I backed it off to about there on this guy, as you can see. Now the logic is the same. You know, the blade wants to come in and strike the material, you know, just about parallel, just barely a little bit more than parallel, okay? And when you back this off, you seem to be able to get thinner shavings, and you don't get much blowout. I like to have this top, they call it omote and ura, backside, top side. I like to have the top side, the omote, be quite a steep angle, because it works kind of like a chip breaker in a plane. The steeper the angle, the more you lower this angle, the more the adze, when you swing it into the material, wants to go further in and blow out on the exit here. So this is one of the tricks for thinner shavings. This is really normal, and this is kind of an all-around design, which will work for harder woods and softer woods. But then, as you can imagine, this plane wants to be entering the material like this, okay? So when you swing the adze, you're not bringing it in like this, you're bringing it in like this, or you're not gonna strike the material correctly, right? And what happens is, if you have a wood that has hard grain, some curly grain or whatever, when it goes in and then it hits this this sort of step in the back side, that likes to become a wedge and go boom and just blow out the end. So when you're swinging these, which are the sort of typical style, you really have to swing almost like a hoe, like a farmer's hoe, rather than from up in this total arcing motion. You want to kind of swing, rather than swinging like this, you're kind of swinging like this, like a farmer's hoe, so that you don't get that blowout, okay? And then I'll just go over really basically typical sharpening for these guys.